All right, what's going on, guys? This is Luke here. We are back with the weekly outlooks. This is how I'm going to be trading NQ the week of May 18th to the 22nd, 2026. Wasn't able to record one last week, but we're back at it this week. I'm going to show you guys what I have marked out on my charts on the higher time frame, just kind of like some scenarios that could play out in just some areas that I'm really watching. And then we're going to go through the news day by day. Again, guys, Code LukeX, Alpha Futures top one, and Funded Next. Funded Next does have those new flex accounts for like $70. So if you guys want to go pick one up, Code LukeX gets you that discount. I don't know how long that sale is running for, but yeah. I just made a video going over them if you guys want to check it out. But let's start here. Let's go on the weekly and kind of just work our way down. So starting on the weekly, we did get this kind of indecisive close. Obviously, we've just been, obviously in extreme bullish trend for the last multiple, since the end of March, right? And you can see we did get our first indecisive close. You can see for the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks in a row, we've had bullish closes, and we finally got an indecisive close on NQ. And ES did close bullish, but it did close with a massive top wick. So working our way from the top here, what do I have on the weekly? I have previous week's high, which is obviously all-time high. I have previous week's low, which is leading into a weekly fair value gap. I also have this weekly fair value gap down here. Going down to the daily, what do we have? Basically, price has just been trading bullish. It's the same thing. We did barely tap this daily gap, but I'm still watching this as a potential area that price could want to rebalance into. And then we have this low, obviously, right here. So this is all I have marked out right now on my higher time frame. I'm going to show you guys ES really quick, and then we're going to go over the scenarios. But it's the exact same thing pretty much on ES. Sorry, I had a call. But I think I was going over ES. So looking at ES, same thing. Previous week's high, we have previous week's low, which is leading into this small weekly gap. And then on the daily, we do have the same thing. We have this daily low, this daily fair value gap. It's all the same thing. So NQ and ES doing the same thing nonetheless. So what am I looking at, right? Technically, we're still in all-time highs. If we do go down to the 4-hour chart, we do see a nice shift on the 4 hours. So we actually did get a break of structure on the 4-hour, and we are kind of creating this like lower high. And from a lower high, like what do we expect? Well, we expect a lower low. So obviously this is like, you're just kind of looking at this as like a pattern right here, which is something that potentially could play out. But it doesn't, like, market could just open up on like Sunday night and just rip back to the upside. Like we don't really know, you know what I mean? So what I'm going to be paying attention to is our main draws. So our main buy side draw is obviously going to be previous week's high, which is the all-time high. And then our main sell side draw is going to be this weekly fair value gap. And then again, we have like this, we have this daily fair value gap, this 4-hour low within the weekly gap. So those are going to be things to want to watch out for. So again, we do look pretty bearish on the 4-hour. You can see like we had a 4-hour inversion right here. We broke to the downside. We retapped. I think we respected this 4-hour gap. Yeah, respected this 4-hour gap, and we're coming down. Structure is very bearish, right? And then we look at ES. It's the exact same thing. We can see ES is actually leading down a bit more bearish, but again, same thing. 4-hour gap got inversed, retrace, and we're putting in lower highs, kind of lower lows right here. But the structure is broken, right, on the lower time frames. So this is what I'm expecting. If price wants to continue to displace bearish, what do I want? I want shorts towards previous week's low and into that weekly fair value gap. And from there, we're going to be wanting to really pay attention to kind of these lows over here and this daily gap, because this can be an area that can send price back up. And this is going to be like our key kind of higher time frame condition if price does get down to this level. So if price wants to respect this level, this is going to be a key level to watch. Let's just say, for example, we get some short-term shorts down here at the beginning of the week, whatever. We look for shorts towards that previous week's low and that weekly fair value gap. Price gets into it. We really want to be paying attention to how price reacts from that weekly gap and from this daily gap and taking out these lows right here. And then from here, we're going to be using this kind of as a condition. So if price wants to continue to respect, we could potentially seek longs right back to the upside, and then see structure break from there and then continue back right towards all-time highs. But if this daily gap kind of breaks, then this is where we're really going to see the short-term or like order flow really shift bearish on the higher time frame. And there's where we're going to see those continuations lower to see price rebalance even deeper, you know what I mean, into this weekly gap, in towards like a higher time frame sell-off, you know what I mean? So let's look at this in two scenarios. Let's say price let's say the week opens up and we start initially getting moved to the upside. Well, then this whole thing is out the window. We're just looking for continuations towards previous week's high and all-time high. And then from here, we reassess. If we get a shift back bearish, then we'd have to be looking for breaks to the downside to look for shorts. Otherwise, what are we doing? We're using overnight highs as our draws and liquidity, and we're just looking for simple continuation models to the upside. That's it. So again, if price opens up bullish, we're looking for continuation to the upside towards all-time highs, and then once we get back to all-time highs is where we reassess. If we continue past all-time highs, we're waiting for pullbacks, and then we're looking to take longs towards the overnight draws and liquidity, and we're only going to be looking to short all-time highs, if we truly get a break of structure back down. Otherwise, if price opens up at market open and we start trading bearish, I would be looking for our main sell side target, which is going to be this previous week's low and this weekly fair value gap. So I'd be looking for shorts down to there. And then from there, this is going to be a key area for us, right? This weekly bullish gap, this daily gap, all of this area right here is going to be a key area, because if we get, we get this move lower, we get a clear flip to the upside, this can be the area that sends price right back up. But if we come down into this area, we start disrespecting, trading below it, trading lower, then we're going to be looking for continuations down towards this weekly fair value gap and looking for a deeper pullback. Now, obviously we are at all-time highs. I'm going to be sticking with, bullish bias. But in the short term, this does look a lot more bearish, but it's really going to depend on what market open does. So if we start getting continuations lower, I want to see price flush lower into this weekly gap, and then we reassess from there. This could be the area that sends price up, or if we come down into this area, we could potentially see price continue lower if it continues to respect bearish order flow. But if price, opens up bullish, then I'm going to be looking for previous week's high, and then again reassess from there and see if we want continuations higher past all-time highs. So our main objective here is we're just looking to see which way price displaces. If price displaces bearish, we're looking for moves down here, and then this could be the area that rebalances and sends it higher. But if price just immediately starts displacing higher, we're going to be looking for these highs up here. That's pretty much it. Same thing with ES. And yeah, these are the areas I have marked on my charts. There's nothing complicated here. Very simple. And yeah, we'll see what market open wants to do on Sunday night and going into Monday. And let's go over the news now, and I'll show you guys what I have basically marked out, or not what I have marked out, but how I'm approaching every single day, day by day. So starting off on Monday, it's a no news Monday to start the week off. We do have a pretty slow week. I've already looked at it. But on Monday, I will be trading. Personally, I'm just going to be going for a winning day on Monday. I don't really need to build my buffer on my top step accounts right now, so I'm just going to be looking to scrape a winning day. So I will be de-risking probably just a couple micros, but I'm going to be trading still nonetheless. But yeah, going over to Tuesday, we just have 10 a.m. pending home sales. This is really nothing major. Just something to kind of keep an eye on for the 10 a.m. Like you might get like a 10 a.m. PO3 setup, but Tuesday is going to be a normal trading day for me. I'm going normal risk on that day. Going over to Wednesday, we have FOMC meeting minutes. Now, this is not the actual FOMC, so it's nothing to worry about, but this will be a normal trading day once again. Going over to Thursday, we have some orange folder at 8:30, and then 9:45 we have flash services PMI. I'm not sure if this will be a restricted news event just because it is orange folder. So if you guys trade props with news restrictions like Alpha, I don't know who else, but make sure to double check so you don't trade into that and get your payout denied. But this will be a normal trading day. I'm not really worried about this. I do pay close attention to like if we get manipulation at 9:45. But, this would be a normal trading day nonetheless. And then Friday, same thing. Normal trading day, just some orange folder at 10. But yeah, that's it for me, guys. Nothing crazy this week. Again, just paying attention to pretty much previous week's high, previous week's low, seeing which way we displace towards. Ideal scenario, we get a move lower into this weekly gap, and then we see that move right back to the upside. But we'll see what happens. Short term, I am bearish based on this 4 hour, but it's all going to depend. But yeah, that's it for me, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. And I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.